Hey guys, this is John, and I'm playing Ivan Chucky in the 3-minute pool on ICC. I've decided to play e4, e5 in this game. I'm playing 3-minute instead of 5-minute because I wasn't pleased with some of my recent 3-minute games, and I want to get better at this time control. So it's kind of a tricky one for me because it demands more attention to the clock. So I need to practice that. I need to hone that ability in these games that are kind of middling between near bullet and closer to blitz. Okay, I'm losing a tempo by playing this way, but given how he's treated the position, I think it's fine. Let's go. Let's go bishop e6. Just reinforce d5. They might play for a kingside attack, like this whole knight to f1 maneuver sometimes indicates that. Forgot what the antidote to this line is. Okay, I'm going to go knight a5. I wonder if I'm losing e5, though, in doing so. There's a weakness on b3, though, so I don't think he'll take the risk of trying to capture that pawn. Okay, so now I'll take with the queen. And, again, I don't think he'll take on e5 with his king still on the e-file. So let's go knight d7. Probably play rook fe8 on the next move. Maybe f6. Probably rook fe8, though. Let's leave this bishop hanging out on g5. He's not going to castle queenside or anything. That would be bad. So I think he should castle kingside. That's kind of where he's headed. I might have an idea with e4 later if his bishop happens to be undefended. But his knight is defending the bishop, so that may not matter whatsoever. Okay, he does castle. Yeah, I think this is okay. X-ray is queen on e2. If knight f5, he'd be threatening knight e7 check. So I'd probably play f6, resort to playing that move. I could also play queen e6, though. Is that worth consideration? Queen e6, queen e4, knight c5. This is one of these spots where I don't think it makes sense to think for too much. I'll just do that and maybe knight c5 or rook a d8 coming next. Oh, he drops his queen back, or his knight back, rather. Okay, queen f7. Strange-looking minor piece situation for him. I don't think my knight's doing anything on c6 anymore, so let's just bring that back from the brink. He can't move this rook because I can take on a2. So maybe he needs to go b4 or something first. He's oscillating his knights quite a bit. Let's go knight back to here and try to bring it to g6. I was thinking about going to c5 too, but I think I prefer that square a bit more. Knight g6 or queen g6? That's what I'm debating between right now. Queen g6 attacks d3, but he has knight f5. Is the thing. Still, I like that move. Knight f5, maybe I'll go knight e6, and then try to stick my knight on f4 to interfere with his queen and knight coordination. Yeah, this knight being bound for f4 is nice for me. I was originally going to route it through g6 to get there, but I played that queen g6 move. Okay, so now this looks good. Can I take on d3? I cannot. Maybe rook d7. Let's get ready to double up the rooks. This bishop seems stranded to me on this square, but I can't do anything about it at the moment. Okay, d4. I didn't see that move. d4. I can't take it because I lose my knight. That much is clear. Have to be careful. Must be careful. Ugh, that's annoying. I'm going to bring my queen back. And if he takes, I guess I'm taking with the pawn. But I'm not happy about that. He could take on d1 and then bring the other rook over. Yeah. Let's go here. Once again, I'm hitting a2 now. Queen g4 could be annoying because he'd be threatening knight h6. But I can sidestep this, right? I'm still hitting a2. I have an isolated pawn. There's pressure on f2. He can't go knight h5, so maybe I'm alright. No bishop f6 weirdness. Gotta pick up the pace, though. Just definitely have to do that. Okay, let's go here. Maybe rook f8 to come. I need to back his pieces off.
Time
That
warning.
move, huh? Okay. Huh. Rook d7. All right, I'm coming in with this. This is not going to end well,
Check.
though. I don't think. Yeah, this is over. I'll just do this because I don't know what else to do. Ah, that's a shame. Now I resign. Yeah, he whipped up an attack against my king rather nicely. That's what can happen in this line. If you're not careful, your king, the knights plus the queen can easily start getting into your position. All right, let's have a look at it and see where it went wrong. So this is a line where they try to transfer the knight to g3 prior to castling in an attempt to save a tempo because they don't have to go rook e1 to get the knight to g3. So that's why I tried to play d5, because I do recall that in this line, a good reaction is to play d5, try to react in the center. But still, he got some nice play. That said, I don't think my position is at all problematic right around here. Knight f5. Let's start the engine right now. Ooh, e4. Didn't look at e4. I had mentioned e4 previously in the context of trying to attack the bishop on g5, but I didn't notice that it was strong at this point. So if he takes, I just take... Oh, I can take on f5. Ah, and the e-pawn's pinned. Well, that's pretty direct. So e4, he'd have to move this knight in order to protect this knight. So knight 3, h4, which looks kind of awkward, I suppose. Take, queen g4. There's some threats on g7. g6 seems to cover. I'm sacking the exchange, though, if I do this. But I have good play. The d-pawn is strong. Good minor piece play for black. Probably a way to play without even sacking the exchange. Maybe not. Knight e7 is a pretty big threat. Okay, so e4 should have been considered at that juncture. Queen f7, bishop back to h4. Yeah, I'm doing well in this position. Knight f8, knight c5 is a better route according to the engine. g5 is also almost a decisive advantage. Wow. g5, bishop g3, f5. Storm him with these pawns. Try to overwhelm him. Okay. Yeah, that would have been nice. I must admit, like, something about his position didn't feel quite right. It seemed like I had a very coherent setup, but it went downhill quickly. So probably right around here, I started making mistakes. d4 was a nice move in the middle. That was a very good and alert chance by Ivan Chucky, because my coordination is not too swell after d4. I want to be able to take this pawn, but I can't because it drops my knight on f4. And I can't move this knight away because of d5, forking the two knights. So I have a problem. Prophylaxis, the computer likes, king h8. That's kind of a deep move, but it avoids g-file trouble that I experienced in the game. You can still play d4, though, and confuse the issue. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of this position, even though the engine thinks it's okay for black. I wonder if just putting the queen on g6 made my life harder compared to putting the knight on g6. That's a nifty move. I didn't see either. Rook takes d3, rook takes d3, e4. Simplifying in the center. Knight e5. Okay. Yeah, and once again, black is better. I can maybe take here and then put the knight on c4. So missed chances. Lots of missed chances. Ah, knight h6 was a nice shot here that he missed.
Check.
Fork on the king and queen, so I have to take it, and then queen g4.
Check.
Forks the king and that weakly defended rook on d7. So he wins the exchange and the game. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, this just felt like I was sliding backwards, and my time is not where I want it to be at this point either. or d1, queen f7, queen g4, king h8, knight e4. h5 is strong, hitting the queen. Why can't he do this? Knight e6, backward knight move. And then the queen is attacked and it has nowhere to go that simultaneously defends his knight. That's a hard resource to see, though, with 30 seconds on your clock. h6 and knight takes g7 was a nice shot. Yeah, now I'm busted because I can't do this in view of bishop f6, winning my queen. So, well played, Ivan Chucky. Knight takes g7. Yeah, and the rest was desperation by me.
Check.
My clock ticking down.
Check.
Yeah, and it's mate on the next move. If rook g7, queen takes g7.
Checkmate.
And mate on the clock, too. Okay, yeah, somehow this time control has really given me problems. 3 minute. 5 minute I'm doing fine, and my bullet games are fine. Standard is standard. There's just no issues there. But this 3 minute time control, so I'm going to keep playing these. I know a lot of you guys prefer the 5 minutes games, and I will play those too, but you know, when I encounter a time control like this that gives me problems, I naturally want to try to fix that. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will be back tomorrow with another Blitz video. Thank you guys for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.